What's up, everybody? This is Roman with Hydra Painting, and I have a Beast Boss on foot that I will be building in this video. This is just me talking over a video, and just like a little what's to come in 2022 video as well, because I haven't put a video out in a while. Been super busy over the holidays and everything going too crazy, so might as well just put something out, and this is it. So yeah. Anyways, Beast Boss. Got it from a friend for Christmas, so super cool. Thank you a lot if he watches this. And my three tools are a sprue cutter, X-Acto knife, and super glue. I like building with super glue. You can use plastic glue. I like super glue. It sticks a lot faster. So very important to clip out the parts, obviously, and put together the model. That's how building models works. If you didn't know that, now you know. So I clip, my clippers are pretty awful, so I usually, with the X-Acto knife, go over parts that I clipped and make sure I get that like plastic flash off. It's super important when building, especially these character models where everything kind of fits in these weird grooves, and you want to make sure you don't have any awkward gaps that you would have to fill later just because you didn't cut certain parts out. So also super important, like I'm doing right now, is to dry fit where these pieces go before you start gluing. Because if you don't dry fit these pieces on there, you just put glue on a piece, then try to stick it where it's supposed to go. That's not where it's supposed to go. You got glue all over on the model where there shouldn't be any glue or any parts. So now it looks all weird and you got glue residue and it looks nasty. So just make sure to dry fit the pieces first. It's super important, especially on these like awesome, cool looking characters. Definitely don't want to have something where it will like potentially mess up your paint job later. Something about the Beast Boss here. I think the Beast Boss is a super cluttered model. Lots going on in it, but I think I can make it look pretty cool. I have like a paint scheme in mind, and in the end I do a little head swap, which I think looks better than the original model's head. There's a little tiny cute bit with the targeting squig. Targeting squigs are dope. Like, come on. It's just a squig with like a giant eyeball and the pupils a crosshair. Like, super cute. Like, I wish squigs were real, so that way I can have like a little squig pet. But anyways, going back to the model itself, yeah, it's super crazy, over the top. And I didn't like it at first, but then when I started building this model, I started like to change my opinion on it. So much, in fact, that I'm actually using it in the Las Vegas Open. I'm playing in the casual event, so kind of laid back, not really taking the most OP, strongest stuff, possible, and building a list and just playing for fun. So hopefully I can paint this guy up super cool, because he's going to be part of my theme in my army, and I'm super excited for it. Never really did 40K tournaments before, so this will be like my first one, and for it to be like a casual event is really cool. So super excited to have this guy. Going to be ready to go for LVO, hopefully. I just like dry fitted that piece a while ago, and then now I like messed up a little, but now it's back on there. Yeah, it's super cool how these models go together now. Before, these like models didn't even come with instructions, but then again, they were only like, it was a metal model and it was like 3-4 pieces max. So not really complicated, but now Games Workshop is getting super crazy with their sculpts in plastic. So you got to have instructions then, because it's not so easy to put these things together without instructions. And it's not only Games Workshop that's putting out like really cool plastic models. I started playing Marvel Crisis Protocol, and all their stuff's in super cool like multi-part plastic kits, and they look incredible. So definitely different from when I started this hobby almost 15 years ago. And it's all about following instructions, and very important to clean the pieces again, as I mentioned, because you do not want those gaps. Those gaps are gross. So this is the head that I have. It's a Beast Boss on Squigosaur head, and I think it looks better than the Beast Boss head, because that Beast Boss head has like a weird top knot and it looks gross. So I decided to swap that head, but that head's going to come back later when I put this model together. This thing has like a super cool like bone power claw. Like, that's super dope. And I kind of want to paint it like a giant skull claw. Like if he just took a skull from like a giant monster he killed and then like made it into a weapon. I mean, that's what this is. So I'm going to paint it like that. So I'm excited again. Here's me cleaning some more using my X-Acto blade. It's very important to try to cut away from yourself, and super important to try not to cut deep into the model. You don't want to take chunks out if you're only trying to like clean a mold line or something. If you're cleaning mold lines, you can just scrape the blade across. And if you're trying to take out chunks of like leftover plastic flash, all you need to do is just, a little cut in there and that's it. But don't go too crazy. There's definitely been times where I'm like, oh, I got to clean this little thing. And then I like end up cutting into like a bicep or something. So like the beefy part of the bicep just has like a little scoop and it looks all weird. So definitely want to make sure you're using the hobby knife correctly, safely. And I'm surprised in this video I didn't drop it. Usually I drop my knife and it always lands right next to my foot. There's going to be that one time where I'm going to stab my foot when it falls off the desk one of these days. And I'll probably make a video about it when that happens. And probably make the video of me going to the to the urgent care and all that fun stuff. So yeah, this guy is really shaping up, putting the arms together. One thing I didn't say, it's super important to glue models on the base first, depending on the model. I like to do that because it's a super easy foundation. Here's me putting more bits together. Super glue, super cool. Do I have any funny super glue stories? I mean, the other day I super glued my arm onto the desk by accident because there was some super glue spillage. And yeah, that was fun. So again, toying around with dry fitting, trying to figure out how the hell this piece goes together. I think I spend like a good couple minutes. This is sped up, so obviously it's not like the 5 minutes that I spent. Still trying to figure out. It's a little complicated, There you go, waving, trying to figure it out. And there, I think I got it right there, so there we go. Love this model now. I think it has really grown on me. There's a lot of models out there that I think are just ugly, 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 like I thought this model was, and then putting it together, seeing the details, I think it's really grown on me. Yeah, look at that. It's nice. This thing has like all these tusks jutting out of it, which is pretty dope. It has this weird like needle kind of quill cloak going across the left side where his like robotic choppa arm is at. And my plan for this would be like a super bright pink. I want it to be exotic, like this guy killed some like super pink quilly looking, like a sea urchin kind of like spiky purple quill thing. I'm kind of describing it all weird, but that's what I want to do. I don't really have a lot of pink in my orc like range, so I thought now would be probably a cool time to do something like that. Like this dude's killed a giant pink pokey squig and he wants to just show it off. So looking pretty good so far. And then I think this is head time now. So I want to put the Beast Boss head over, but we got a problem. There's a tongue that sticks out. So I'm going to cut off that tongue. Now my War Boss is tongueless. And once I snip off the tongue, I'll just go over with an X-Acto knife and just kind of shave down little bits here and there, kind of make it smooth. Oh, I think I accidentally chipped off the shoulder piece while I did that, so... Or did I not put the shoulder piece in? I did not put the shoulder piece in. So there's that shoulder piece I was talking about with the quills. Definitely want to make that like super bright pink to just to show off how snazzy this Beast Boss is. And again, as far as conversions go, I just mostly do like head swaps and weapon swaps. I try not to do a lot of crazy conversions because I don't want to work with green stuff. I hate green stuff. So this Beast Boss conversion was relatively simple because all I had to do was cut off that tongue part and, you know, make the neck nub smooth enough for the Beast Boss head, which did leave a gap, but there's a way to fix that when that time comes. I think I will tell you, which is going to be soon. So there's all the tusks popping out, head's coming in. Put a decent amount of glue. The head had these heads are weird. They're not like, the holes in the back of them where the neck nub goes isn't big. So what I do here is I just kind of cut into it a bit and smooth it out, make that like little hole a little bigger, and then put it onto the neck stump or whatever you want to call it. And there is a little gap like underneath the bottom of his jaw, but if you use enough glue and you spray accelerant on it, it actually kind of covers the gap. So generally most people would use green stuff and they would just green stuff that like gap and then smooth it out. But I don't want to do that. I'm just gonna use the accelerant to kind of harden that glue that's in between that gap, and then it just kind of makes the gap filler. So last piece that goes on, I'm kind of debating what kind of iron jaw I want this guy to have, but ultimately I think I go with a one that comes on the Beast Boss on Squigosaur kit, which fits perfectly on that head. So that's like my little mini conversion, just a head swap, and making sure that it's gonna fit nice and tight, and that's it. So hopefully next video coming around will just be me painting this guy. It'll be another one of these fast forward kind of commentary videos on painting. Want to do something crazy. Want to do pink for sure. And then later on, I'm hoping to have a bunch of more videos out. I have a kill rig to build and paint for LVO. I have Ork Boys to build, convert, and paint as well. So those videos hopefully coming out later. So thank you for watching, and like and subscribe, all that fun stuff helps out a lot. I want to basically get this out to as much as I can, so, or as many people as I can. I'm like rambling on again. So thanks again, and hope you have a good one. Happy New Year as well.